they're pumping in money into this, and that's making it. But then I don't really know how it goes though, because if they don't pump in the money, if they don't have owners, then it wouldn't really work, would it? It wouldn't really function. But at the
No.
bottom, yeah, bottom line is just the greed. That's just what it all boils down to.
Mm,
It's the greed because I mean it's meant to be. I mean, can you imagine how many people are actually invested in these football clubs? Either by buying tickets, going to away teams, away games, and really loyal followers that are,
mm,
they're the backbone of these clubs, because without them, you wouldn't have a club, would you?
no,
So I
no.
think they just abusing the whole privilege that they have to own these football clubs. But anyway, the world is full of greed, and so it will continue to be like that, won't it?
The thing
I
is,
don't.
I don't know. We have there's quite a lot of overseas owners, if you like, of Premier League football clubs and indeed other
Yeah,
further down the leagues. Um, and I'm sure, as you say, that there's a positive in there in that their their money, and many of them have got a load of money,
yeah,
must help in the development of football. One hopes,
yeah.
etc. But of course, under the financial fair play rules, they can only spend so much for players, etc.
Oh yeah,
It
of
has to be
course.
related to their turnover. Now, what one example you could say of a very rich football club these days is Newcastle. Now, they had Saudi Arabian buyers, I think, from the previous guy. I can't think of his name now, but he was there for a long time, wasn't he? The chap who owns, the bloke who owns Sports Direct, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Um, and so they got owners with pots of money. I mean, limitless money. But of course, they can't just go and buy every top player in the world
Yeah,
because
of
that would
course.
flout the rules. So it's not. So clearly, foreign rich owners are a benefit. But if you think of the situation at Manchester United now, from what I see of it, the Glazers, from when they bought into the club, I don't know, what was it, 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I think they at least they seem to be a family that loves the club and that loves the football. Now, as I perceive it, the fans, many of the fans, most of the fans, have never been great on the Glazers, and they've had demonstrations, perhaps in more recent times, that they want them to sell up and so on. So it doesn't mean that foreign owners necessarily equal great times for the Premier League. I mean, yeah, the money is there, but of course, a lot of the money into the Premier League comes from the television stations, Sky, BBC. I mean, Sky plays billions, and this
Mm.
coming season they're going to have, I think, 215 live Premier League games, which is quite something on the TV. So that the money they pay for that is vast. So I'm not sure that the rich owners make all that difference.
Yeah.
Clearly, there is a difference. But the other side of it is some of them don't seem to be that interested in the game of football, the game of soccer, as they would probably call it. They're just almost there as a monopoly game, buying up assets to make money. Now, that's not wrong as a businessman, but maybe there is a conflict sometimes between being a businessman
Yeah.
and being a lover of soccer, a lover of football, and wanting the best for your club. I think a good example of good owners are the Wrexham guys,
Reynolds.
Gosling guys,
Reynolds.
Gosling, isn't it?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Gosling and the other
Is it
film
Ryan
star
Gosling?
guy
Yeah.
with him. Now they,
Yeah.
they they obviously are passionate about the club. They love the game, and indeed they are getting consecutive promotions. I mean, it is quite phenomenal what they're doing, really. So that's a
Mm,
good example of how it can work. But they will still be subject to the limitations of what they can spend in
yeah.
relation to their turnover. So at one, probably some early stage, they will be building a bigger stadium, because once you can increase your income, your turnover, you can then spend more of that money. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works. But yeah,
Mm,
I agree with you that the money coming in from foreign owners is one thing, a good thing by and large, but maybe sometimes it doesn't always manifest itself in something positive for the club. And maybe that's something to bear in mind.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I didn't even see it that way, but yeah, that's a good point. So Marcus Rashford.
Yeah,
Uh, so he's back at Manchester United. Where he's back where
he
he's
won't
not.
stay, will he?
He won. He won. Even if he
No,
wants to, even if he wants to, I don't think he'd be allowed to.
no.
Well, they can't do anything, but it'd be an uncomfortable stay, wouldn't it? A stay where his name will just gradually disappear out of the media.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So it's what's the way forward for Rashford? I mean, he's
Well,
there.
I saw
Yeah.
something this morning which maybe
All
you
right.
haven't seen, and I don't know. I mean, it came from an apparently reliable source. It was on,
All right.
I think, Mail Online, I think. But apparently Barcelona, excuse me, apparently Barcelona are in the process of offering him a contract, which I found
All right.
a bit surprising. But all it really said was, but it is, or will be subject to very strong conditions. Now, I don't know what that means. Whether that's a reference to him not getting involved in matters outside of football, like
All right.
politics,
Yeah.
or I don't know. It may be nothing to do with that. But for a club like Barcelona, who clearly recognise his potential ability, well, he's got ability and it's not
Yeah.
potential, but to them, he could be a very good acquisition,
Yeah.
provided he stays single-minded and focuses on his job there. But that's quite an interesting one. If he gets that, he'll really have fallen on his feet, won't he? But
Mm,
either way, I can't see him staying at Manchester United. I wouldn't think he would want to, unless, of course, if there's